Hello, I am Erin Reichley, and this is the Blue Sky Project Case Study 2 presentation. We enter the case study right after employee Garth Hudson receives the unfortunate news that his company, Eastern Oceanography Institute, or EOI, is reducing their IT staff. The director of EOI, Ahmet, just entered his office to let him know that management is in agreement to keep his coworker, Tom Jackson, over himself. Hudson's manager is giving Hudson a chance to possibly change his mind on the decision. Hudson put in a lot of work for EOI before the Blue Sky Project began, correcting viruses and collaborating with other departments. Hudson, however, did not make a point to regularly attend staff meetings or form relationships with other coworkers. He mostly kept to himself and worked in his office. On the other hand, Hudson's coworker, Tom Jackson, was very gregarious and talkative. Before the Blue Sky Project was introduced, Jackson already had close relationships with the other departments and coworkers. He understood that the Blue Sky Conversion Project could lead to position cuts, and he acted proactively by volunteering for work that ultimately made him unreplaceable. Hudson made several mistakes over the course of his employment at EOI. He was hired in as the IS director, but did not make an effort to get to know his team members very well. While he excelled at the technical expertise, he lacked in team building skills. As the IS director, it is important for him to be seen and available to staff. He should have attended all the biweekly meetings at the beginning of his job with EOI. If he had made a better effort in the beginning to connect with staff, there might have been more team buy-in when the Blue Sky Project began. He also took his position for granted, knowing that cuts were going to be made at the end. He may have relied on his previous relationship with Ahmet too much, not realizing other leaders were going to have an impact on the decision. As discussed in the class discussion board, Hudson should have anticipated some of the roadblocks ahead of time and put more of an effort on proactively assigning roles to key players. As Gray and Larson state in Project Management, the managerial process, building relationships before you need them is essential to being a leader and an effective project manager. At this point in the case study, if I were Hudson, I would explain to Ahmet all the work I put in during the Blue Sky Project and explain why I made the decisions I did. I would put a positive spin on my technical expertise and highlight how I reached out to other departments when I first arrived at EOI. I would want all the facts on the table so Ahmet could make an informed decision, knowing how each person contributed to the project and organization. The best professional thing he can do at this point is be confident in his previous decision, explain to Ahmet all of his contributions, and accept the final decision made professionally, no matter the outcome. If Hudson does not stay at EOI, by leaving on a professional note, he can use Ahmet as a reference for any future career opportunities. If he decides to pursue a similar role in a director position, Hudson should put more effort in building relationships with team members. Also emphasized in the class discussion board was the importance of influencing team members and gaining trust. Hudson must realize that forming relationships before they are needed and having face-to-face interactions is essential to being a leader. He might even have to give up some of the technical IS work he is good at to maintain a leadership role. Another option Hudson has is to return to a more technical position. He could use his experience at EOI to learn that he is more comfortable in a technical position and not a leadership role. Thank you for listening, and I wish Hudson the best of luck.